Now, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs came away with a pretty easy win against the Browns. Kind of surprising about that one. I thought Jameis would put more of a show on, but we saw the real Jameis Winston a day ago. 3 picks, no touchdowns, and yeah, that's kind of the Jameis Winston experience in a nutshell. Has couple games, 2, 3 games where he's throwing some touchdowns, having some picks, you know, gets a couple wins, but in the end, it just ends with a bunch of turnovers and a bunch of losses. So I don't know if I'm the Browns going forward. I don't know if I bring him back, but either way, they have a lot of work to do with that roster in the offseason. Nick Chubb also broke his foot, I believe. So, man, Nick Chubb, kind of feel for the guy. Been a great RB since entering the league with Baker back in 2018, but last 2, 3 years just been banged up. Who knows? His career might be wrapping up right before our eyes with all these significant injuries. So could be the last couple of years of Nick Chubb, but we'll have to see. But back to the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes actually suffered a high ankle sprain. The x-rays did come back negative, but I feel like Mahomes always kind of has a lower leg injury every single year, and I feel like he always bounces back. And it's usually around this time of the year too, November, December, right before playoff time. Now, if the Bills and the Chiefs kind of had similar records, I would be more concerned about this, but the Chiefs have a 2-game lead over the Bills right now in order to capture the first seed in the AFC, which is very valuable because that's the only team that gets a bye, of course. So the Bills were in a better position to really overtake the Chiefs. I would be concerned, but they're not. So even if hypothetically he misses this upcoming Saturday game against the Texans at home and they lose it, it's not a big deal. They just have to win out the rest of the season, and that's only 2 games, and if they really have to, they will. Andy Reid will get it done. Travis Kelce will step up. I just really believe that they'll take care of business. They always have been. Since Mahomes has been the starter, really the only 2, 3 times they haven't taken care of business was because of Tom Brady twice and because of Joe Burrow, and it took 2 overtimes for Mahomes to lose against him. So until further notice, you have to ride with this team no matter what. I don't care if Josh Allen looks like the reincarnation of Superman. I'm taking the Chiefs. I'm taking the Chiefs. But back to right now for the Chiefs. It is a high ankle sprain, and it is considered week to week. And for him to really play on Saturday, after the game, he was asked about it, and he said he would really have to see how he feels on Monday, and I'm sure he's testing it out right now. But Vegas actually has the Chiefs as an underdog at home, and usually Vegas is right most of the time with their predictions of injuries and all of that. So the fact that the Chiefs are a dog at home is kind of a promising sign that Carson Wentz will probably start this game. If it was a regular Sunday game, I really think Mahomes would play, and I still think he has a very good chance in playing Saturday at the Texans. But the fact that they have 3 games in 11 days, so for him to play on Saturday and then for him to play on Wednesday, that just doesn't sound like the smart thing to do. And I think potentially Carson Wentz could take care of the Texans at home. Texans haven't looked great, all year long. They won a close game against Miami, but to be honest, they really didn't look that impressive. So also another little note, Mahomes could have gone back in the game against the Browns if it was a closer game. But of course, they were up by a couple of possessions, so it wasn't really necessary. Andy Reid and Mahomes, they are in kind of a pickle. It's not really a big deal either way, but still, they have to be careful on how they manage his injury. But if it were up to me, I would definitely see how he is Monday, Tuesday, and if he really can't go, I know he's a competitor. I know he's gonna want to really push it, but at the same time, he knows that he's trying to three-peat. He knows that 3 games in 11 days isn't the healthiest thing for one's body. So if I was Andy Reid, I would definitely put in Wentz on Saturday at home, winnable game. And then Mahomes, you have a full week to rest up. Christmas Day at Pittsburgh, get that W, then go play the Broncos, and then have your bye, and then playoff time. That's what I would do. You guys let me know in the comments what you would do. Would you really want to push them to play Saturday against the Texans? You let me know. And even if hypothetically the Chiefs drop a couple games for the remainder of the season, worst things worse, they're the second seed in the AFC, and they're probably going to play the Chargers or the Broncos at home. Very, very winnable games. The Chargers got completely annihilated by Baker Mayfield and the Bucks, and not only that, but Justin Herbert is not healthy right now, and they can't really afford to rest him either because they really need to win out to secure a playoff spot. They're also on a short week at home against the Broncos, so the Chargers are they kind of have some red flags going on. So, if the Chiefs have to face them round one, I feel like that would be a pretty easy win. But then again, the 2 times they played, very close games, division rival game, things could get weird. But still, I feel like the majority of the population would trust Mahomes, Andy Reid, and the Chiefs to get it done at home against the Chargers. And hypothetically, if you have to play the Broncos as well, we'll see what happens in the season finale. Denver should have won the first time they played, but of course, last second field goal got blocked. But a day ago, Bo Nix threw 3 picks against the Indianapolis Colts at home. Denver got somewhat fortunate in that game, but Anthony Richardson, Jonathan Taylor coming through really secured that win for them. So I know it's a week to week thing. Sometimes Bo looks good, sometimes he looks like a rookie. Same thing with Jaden Daniels, and same thing with the NFL. It's a week to week thing. Sometimes teams look hot, sometimes they cool down. But at the end of the day, do you really see those two teams beating the Chiefs? If it comes down to it, I don't. I really think the only team that's capable of beating the Chiefs in the AFC is probably Buffalo at this point. Maybe Baltimore, maybe, but I don't know. I know a lot of people are excited about Lamar Jackson right now, but come on, bro. Like, they played the New York Giants a day ago. So, with Tommy DeVito and Tim Boyle as the team's starting quarterback. So, I think everybody has to pump the brakes on the Ravens a little bit. Let's see how they look against Pittsburgh. Let's see how Lamar looks against Pittsburgh, and, reassess from there. So you let me know in the comments below. Do you believe in this injury? Because also a lot of people online are saying it's a fake injury, because Mahomes always suffers a lower leg injury every single year this time of the year. So you let me know if you're concerned about it at all. Do you think the Chiefs will secure the first seed in the AFC? And yeah, man, let me know. If you made this far, please subscribe. Help out your boy a ton. That's all I got for right now. Peace.
There's just not much you can do. I'll tell you the best way to stop the tight end, rush the quarterback.
Anderson's going to secure the football on the toss. That's a nice, powerful statement as they establish the run at the beginning of this game.
Jim, you're right. I'm going to give the offense a little credit here, but somewhere, I don't know, maybe the defense going to have to put some weights in their pockets. You got to hang in there and make the tackle.
Handoff made. Branch is in on the tackle. Here's a look at the Broncos offense.